I'm just looking at those raffle prizes. I want those perlers that stuff and things make. Those Mega Man perlers look good.
Yeah, the prizes look nice. I probably won't enter into them though, but I'm just glad that y'all had done so well. It looks like y'all almost doubled your last totals.
Yeah, we're still going though. We got another almost a day. Actually, more than a day. So I think we're going till about, I don't know, 3 or 4 a.m. on Monday morning, Sunday night. So yeah, we'll see if we can hit this 2,000, and then we'll go from there if we can. But yeah, thank you again to everyone for your enormous generosity this weekend so far. I mean, we're pretty much right at about the halfway point, maybe a little past the halfway point here in our marathon. And just a reminder, we are raising money for Save the Children, and any donations that you are able to make are greatly, greatly appreciated. And it looks like we might be ready. So, Creed, I'm going to kind of be quiet now, and while we get ready for the countdown, I will hand it over to you. Have fun, my friend.
Give me a quick moment. I should be ready shortly. Just trying to do a little final quick checks before our race starts.
Absolutely.
Alrighty then, I think we're pretty much almost good to go. So, just letting everyone know that this game does have a custom soundtrack. All of the music you hear will be taken from other games, animes, whichever, whatever. I wonder how many games of music that you can guess as the game progresses. So I want to see all the guesses as the stage goes on. So if we can get a countdown from who's ever behind the scenes, we can get things cracking. Of course, good luck to our racers. Hopefully, Kumba and PeterAfro will give us a good show. Like I say, these are some very, very good runners. I'm getting really anxious. I'm almost schoolgirl giddy. It just looks like we're off. So we got Kumba going to Fairman stage. Fairman is one of the first robot matches we're going to be seeing, while PeterAfro actually is going to take a different route. He's going to go Dustman first. So the difference between Fairman and Dustman is somewhat negligible, but as far as going Dustman first, we're going to have to worry about a little bit of RNG as far as Dustman goes, because during the Dustman fight, you're going to have to deal with the potential of him sucking you, so you're going to wind up having to deal with a few seconds if Dustman does so. Meanwhile, in Fairman stage, Kumba is not going to have the weapons that PeterAfro is going to get, because we are going in weakness order, so Kumba's going to be not as equipped, but he's still going to be moving very, very fast. And as you can probably see, that we're going to be using one of the old Mega Man 4 strats. No, Kumba winds up using the blocks to actually continue on. You usually use a damage boost while using Rush Coil and have Rush actually ride on, follow you, and track you. So right now, we got a really close race going on. Both of them are doing their respective Robot Masters right at the same time. As you can see, PeterAfro is struggling just a little bit. Dustman being somewhat cooperative, while Kuma's struggling a little bit on Pharaoh Man. Pharaoh Man is giving Kuma the business, but Kuma winds up beating Pharaoh Man down, and Dustman not too after on PeterAfro's end. So right now we got a very good start to a race. We have Kuma just with a slight lead, a slight advantage, but the advantage can go away as the race progresses. So I'm gonna speak a little bit about PeterAfro's weapon that he got, the Dust Crusher, which Kuma's gonna get next. The Dust Crusher is probably one of the strongest, it's probably the strongest weapon in the game. It pretty much nearly one-shots every single, ooh, nasty death on Kuma's end. So right now, PeterAfro has the slight advantage, but as you can see, in Brightman's stage, a lot of Dust Crusher usage. Because the Dust Crusher just pretty much literally, if you, pardon my phrasing, crushes literally every enemy on the screen. So Kuma's gonna have to play a little catch up on that death, but he should be getting himself back on straight shortly. Meanwhile, in Brightman's stage, as you can see the usual darkening of the screens. There's a lot of spikes in the stage, so you're gonna have to recognize all the platforming that's in the way. There's a lot of spikes in the area, so you're gonna have to be very careful. It's really a treacherous stage if you don't know where you're going, and with the lights out, it's really rough to actually try to do everything properly. Meanwhile, PeterAfro is about to fight Brightman right now. So the key of Brightman is the fact that Brightman actually flashes as long as Mega Man's health is not an odd number. If it's an odd number, Brightman will actually flash you. So it looks like PeterAfro took a slight hit. Brightman would have flashed, but he didn't because PeterAfro just messes with him very quickly, while Kuma uses the Pharaoh shot to take care of Dustman very quickly and try to mitigate some of that RNG that Dustman can actually produce. So, of course, some of the changes that they made, you see that Brightman now holds Rush Marine. We're not going to see that, by the way, so all y'all 1-800 R Marine fans, sorry, we're not going to be having that today. So, meanwhile, PeterAfro is going to be doing Skullman. Brightman is going to be next on Kuma's end. Like I said, right now, these guys are going in a little different order. Kuma is technically a Robot Master behind, but he already done Pharaoh Man first, while PeterAfro is going to be doing Pharaoh Man at the very end. So right now, they're even on Robot Masters. So PeterAfro just passed up Bamish to get the wire. You're actually going to see the wire later on. There's a stage where you can get the wire a little later on, and it's actually going to be the same for the balloon. So there's a place later on you're going to get those weapons. As for the time stopper, as you see what PeterAfro is doing right now, the flash stopper is actually just as busted as the original versions. So you're going to be seeing flash stopper used quite a bit as the game goes on. So as PeterAfro fights Skullman, we're probably going to see him bro fisting. Yeah, pretty much bro fisting Skullman up close and personal, and just pretty much just annihilate Skullman. So we got both of our guys annihilating Robot Masters left and right. PeterAfro again with the slight advantage. Kuma still falling a little bit behind thanks to the death earlier on in Dustman stage. So we still gotta have a pretty close race on our hands, everyone. So Drillman stage, it can be quite treacherous because there's a lot of areas where you're gonna have to utilize the switch mechanics. If you remember original Drillman stage, you're gonna have to turn on some switches to turn on platforms. If you, with the high speeds, there's a high chance that you can actually overshoot yourself and wind up falling on the spikes if you don't turn on the switches properly. And of course, like right there, you even lock yourself out of an extra man as you move on. So as you continue, PeterAfro is actually gonna be going to a secret area where you actually get the balloon upgrade. PeterAfro, I think, is gonna get the upgrade. Unfortunately, I'm getting some frame drops on my end, so I'm really not sure if he got it. Chat can tell me if he got it or not. But I'm pretty sure he did. That's usually what he does. But he's gonna go against Drillman. Anyway, meanwhile, The skull barrier is Drillman's weakness, and the skull barrier is actually a little bit changed because the skull barrier is actually going to be similar to Star Crash, that variant of shielding. As you fire a shot from you're actually able to fire your skull barrier. I mean, in the meanwhile, the drill bomb is really not the same. Also, for all you meme song fans, Dive Man's thing gonna sound a little familiar. Sing the words. I'm not gonna do it. Everyone should know this song by now. So, Dive Man stage pretty much shows the power of the Dust Crusher. Literally gonna be one-shotting a mid-boss. So yeah, the Dust Crusher is really freaking strong. But so is the Skull Barrier. The Skull Barrier PeterAfro is gonna be using the Flash Stopper to go through this area. Flash Stopper is actually pretty good too, as you probably know already. So as PeterAfro continues on, he's actually running pretty good right now. Meanwhile, Goomba's using a password. I kind of missed what happened. Did he have a bad stage select? That's what I'm probably going to assume. He probably had a very bad stage select. The rust is clearly probably showing on Goomba's end if that was the case. So PeterAfro pretty much has himself a pretty substantial lead right now thanks to that unfortunate incident. As you can see, Dive Man is pretty much the same, except he has a higher jump when he fires his missiles. So Dive Man is really not that different. But you do get the rush jump from Dive Man though. The missiles really isn't all that special either, so not too special about the dive missiles. Ringman stage, kind of a little interesting. Probably not one of the more eventful stages, but you're gonna have to do a lot of clean movement. Let's see if good slide by PeterAfro. That is really a one-towel slide that can be really hard to do, as Goomba finally gets his shot on Drillman. Goomba tends to skip the balloon. If I miss Goomba getting the balloon, then that's fine, but he usually skips it. In the meanwhile, we have PeterAfro utilizing. Yes, he is utilizing the balloon to bypass some of the vertical platforming sections, while he's gonna go usually straight ahead and continue on his way towards Ringman, who's a little more spastic, but not too different from his vanilla counterpart. All that really differs from him is that he's really just using a lot of high jumps. So yeah, the dive missiles really just annihilate Ringman in this regard. So the high jumps that he does is pretty much just negligible. And as you can see, Kuma, this is what I was trying to talk about at first. The Skull Bearer just wrecks this stretch that Kuma's on in Dive Man stage, and he's continuing on to his Dive Man fight. The Ring Boomerang is really not that different from his vanilla counterpart. So the Ring Boomerang is not that important as far as its original use, but it's still a really strong weapon that tears through a lot of enemies. So as far as Toadman stage goes, it's much more treacherous than the original. The rain is actually kind of a detriment to you as it increases your speed, and as you can see, the increased speed just pretty much just messes up PeterAfro as he falls into a pit. And as you can also see, the enemy layouts are just as treacherous with the pop-up enemies that are along the way. So Toadman stage really dangerous. And as PeterAfro goes into the Toadman fight, Toadman has changed as well. Toadman is actually much more fierce than his weaker vanilla counterpart. Whenever anyone attacks Toadman, he has a really, really powerful counterattack. So it's pretty much going to be a damage race between Toadman and PeterAfro. And PeterAfro is just able to out-damage Toadman. If this was a regular fight without the weakness, which is the ring boomerang, this would be a much tougher fight, as Toadman can literally out-damage you thanks to his powerful counter-attacking orbs. So right now we got PeterAfro going to Pharaohman. So as you saw, Kumba with Pharaohman practically naked, no weapons, rush adapters. So what you're gonna see is gonna be something a little different from PeterAfro, as now he has weapons to make the area much easier. As you can see, PeterAfro is using the flash stopper in order to bypass some of the enemies along the way, and using the balloon to bypass some of the enemies along the way as well. So as Kuma defeats Ringman, PeterAfro is just utilizing all his current weaponry in order to get through Pharaohman stage, arguably a little faster than Kuma. Meanwhile, Toadman is going to be Kumba's final Robot Master. And the strategy that utilized in Toadman stage for Kuma is not going to be all too different from PeterAfro's. So there's not much to talk about on Kuma's end, other than the fact his movement might be slightly cleaner. And of course, since PeterAfro died in Toadman stage, a clean stage from Kuma can actually catch him up a little bit of time, especially considering that he had his stage select mishap. Also, another difference is that PeterAfro has the actual weakness, the Rain Flush, so he can actually just kill Pharaohman a little faster, since Kuma had to use the Buster to do so. So coming into the Cossack stages, PeterAfro has a slight advantage over Kuma. So remember what I was talking about when we say we see the balloon and the wire a little later? In this stage, there's actually a hidden area where you get both the wire and the balloon if you missed them the first time. But of course, if you missed the secret area in this case, then you're not going to have the balloon or the wire for the rest of the game. So this is your final chance to get the wire and the balloon. PeterAfro should be coming up to it very quickly. So yeah, PeterAfro gets the wire. So since Kumba does not have the balloon, he's probably not going to get it for the rest of the game. He's definitely going to get the wire though. The wire is extremely important, not only for movement, but he's going to be utilized for defeating bosses later. Anyway, PeterAfro is coming close to Mothrius, who has a little bit of a slight attack redesign, but still goes down very fast with the drill bombs. So let's see if PeterAfro is able to destroy Mothrius clean. We got a lot of good shots. Missed a few drill bombs, but this is still a very solid fight. Very solid fight from PeterAfro. So PeterAfro is going to go into arguably the hardest stage in BCAS. Cossack 2 is actually going to be using your Cossack 3 gimmicks. So what Cossack 2 is, it's basically a full-edge auto-scroller where you're going to be using Rush Jet in an auto-scrolling segment almost throughout the entire stage. As you can see, Eddie is along to help you. But what's going to make Cossack 2 difficult is going to be a few screens from now. This is just giving you an introduction of what is yet to come. You got your Rush Jet session right now. Now you got a high-speed auto-scroller. But that's still not the end of it, as Kuma is coming back very quickly. Kuma's clean play is really catching him up right now. But PeterAfro's section, this is what makes the area daunting. You gotta control your Rush Jet in this auto scroll segment, since the auto scroll is static while your Rush Jet is moving really fast. So you gotta use your Rush Jet in a very controlled setting. Meanwhile, you got your second portion where it's a very good spot to actually refill energy. So PeterAfro is doing very well. He's using his controls very, very solidly as he's on his way to what I would like to call the iPhone machine. It'll become very obvious why I call it that very shortly. So the iPhone machine is actually a very easier version of the square machine, as there is very little RNG. As soon as it comes in, it connects, and you use the skull barrier to clean it out. So that's a very solid fight from PeterAfro. Sound like he's looking in chat right now saying he got another Glide. Sound like he's doing very well right now. Kuma coming to the iPhone fight. So right now, Kuma is coming in very, very fast. So PeterAfro's got to be really on his game to keep Kuma away and to keep up his pace. Meanwhile, in Cossack 3, very standard stage for the most part, but you're gonna notice that there's gonna be a lot of moving platforms that you're gonna have to utilize throughout the stage. So utilizing the platforms is gonna be very key. Also, this is gonna be one of the areas where the wire actually gets its use, not only in platforming, but you're gonna be seeing at the end boss as well. But for right now, we're seeing PeterAfro doing some very solid platforming right now. Excuse me. While Kuma is just now starting his Cossack 3 assaults. And as you can see, PeterAfro getting that wire use. So he's on his way to the Cockroach Twins. So the first one is going to be weak to the Ring Boomerang, while the second one is going to be weak to the Dust Crusher. However, at the very end, I am going to be expecting PeterAfro to utilize the wire to get the killing blow. Good start on the first Cockroach. Did not get the wire kill, decides to just let the Cockroach go in a full circle so he can finish it off with the Dust Crusher. Not a bad strategy, guaranteed. Besides, you can miss with the wire if you're not careful. Kuma going in with the gutsy movement strats, utilizing damage boost in order to get out of the area faster. Very well done. As PeterAfro goes into Cossack 4. Generally, Cossack 4 is not that much of an interesting stage. You're probably going to be seeing a lot of Rain Flush use though. Kuma looks like he got the wire kill on Cockroach Trends. So we got ourselves a pretty tight one here. Kuma starting his assault on Cossack 4 while PeterAfro is closing in on the end of Cossack 4. So the Cossack catcher, it can be manipulated and manipulated very easily. This is where the wire completely shines. All you gotta do is just stand still and wire. Stand still and wire. Stand still and wire. So with Cossack down, it's time for the Wily stages. And of course, if you're noticing the music from this game, this music is gonna sound very, very, very familiar. Well, to some RPG fans, the Wily Castle theme is actually familiar too. But for right now, that's beside the point. Okay.
Hey Creed, can I jump in for 1 sec?
Yeah, go on ahead.
Okay, we do have another $20 donation from HJA, and his message was just good luck, racers.
Our racers are doing very, very well. Be sure to follow our runners. Of course, I saw that PeterAfro was saying that he goes by his YouTube. Follow PeterAfro's YouTube as well. Meanwhile, with some very good rendition of some Mega Man 10 music, PeterAfro went to the upper route. I'm expecting Kuma doing the same. The secondary route from Wily 1 is actually a Rust Marine required route. So, but the Rust Marine section is very, very slow. So, of course, you're going to be using the upper routes with Rush Jet and some proper air sliding in order to get through the area fast. Meanwhile, the Metal Daddy that PeterAfro is about to fight, first off, he's weak to the Pharaoh shot. Also, the Metal Daddy has some very, very different movement, but it looks like PeterAfro is able to take care of the Metal Daddy very, very, very well enough. PeterAfro still holding on to his lead as we hit to Wally 2 with some more familiar music. But of course, since we're following Kumba's audio, we're going to be finding that out a little sooner. You know when you hear it. Meanwhile, Wally 2, again, not that special of a stage. You just gotta make sure that all your movement is on point and your weapon usage is well balanced. Remember, weapon usage is still in place. This is still just like the classic Megas, and you don't have refills in between stages. There is going to be a chance for refills later on, but hopefully they wind up utilizing their weapon energy well enough so they don't even have to use it. Once again, we got some good movement from PeterAfro, good movement from Kumba. Kumba is just zooming right now. He is on pace to try to catch PeterAfro. If PeterAfro slips up at any given moment, the lead can change easily. But PeterAfro is not giving an inch, as his movement, aside from that slight little miscue, he's just holding Kumba at bay just long enough. Taco Trash is slightly different. As you can see, the conveyor belt is a little different. His ball fires are a little... his attacks are a little different. But as usual, our best weapon in the world, the Dust Crusher, just annihilates Taco Trash. So, let's see. It looks like we're gonna have PeterAfro going into the refight stage and gonna wind up what I like to call the Eddie of profound sadness. You really don't want to use Eddie. You want to have to keep moving on, but since his Dust Crush is really low and you're gonna wind up using it a lot throughout the remaining stages, he's gonna have to take some time to refill that Dust Crusher as we get our refight stages. PeterAfro starting on his first Robot Master. Kumba, I'm pretty sure, skipped the Eddie of Profound Sadness. And it's starting on his Robot Masters. It is getting really, really close right now. It's all gonna come down to execution at this point and Bosch RNG. They are so friggin' close. I almost pretty much forgotten which Robot Master they're on right now. I'm pretty sure this is his fourth Robot Master PeterAfro's on, while Kumba just starting his third. It's also going to be dependent on Boss RNG. Dustman is going to be a major component of this. If Dustman gives just enough RNG to give PeterAfro to slip up, we're going to see an even closer race. Yeah, watch that energy, Afro. Look at these two go. They are really just tearing this. And with the Lufia 2 music, by the way, shout outs to Lufia 2. You got a really exciting situation going on here. It looks like we got two more robot matches for PeterAfro, while there should be Kumas on two robot masters remaining as well. This is getting really, really tight, folks. Right now, PeterAfro has arguably the slimmest of leads right now. Any major slip-up can just doom his chances. Kuma, being the god of ROM hacks that he is, his skills are just catching him up second by second. Kuma gained the lead! Kuma gained the lead by execution alone! We got a lead chain, folks! Kuma taking on the Wally machine, using the Pharaoh shot and the wing boomerangs on their separate phases. It's the execution of our ROM hack god Kumba that has caught him up on PeterAfro. But it's not over yet. Any kind of slip up can still give PeterAfro the match. but PeterAfro gotta hurry up on his kills. Kumba's just on his way to the final fight, and on casual playthrough, this air slide that's coming up that Kumba is about to do can be really treacherous. This one right here, good controlled air slide on Kumba's end. Now he's about to fight the Wily Capsule, and of course, what is it weak to? Yep, Dust Crusher. What did you guess? So time is going to be on the final hit of Wily. Probably going to have to do it for me because I'm getting a little bit of frame drops. Time. That's time on Kumba's end. GG for Kumba. What a comeback after some of the mishaps that he had. But PeterAfro is still coming in behind, coming in strong. PeterAfro is going to have a strong finish in time. Very good race on these two. Very, very excellent race. What can we say? BCAS owns. BCAS owns. What a race between Kumba and PeterAfro. Very well done. I'm clapping. If y'all not clapping, I don't know what you're doing. You hear me clapping? This is what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, so according to the leaderboard, that was only 8 seconds from a PB for Peter.
Very excellent race. I'm glad to get to commentate this. This is one of the best ROM hacks that's out there right now. If you're able to play BCAS, if you're willing to deal with some of the insane speeds and some of the crazy air sliding that is in this game, go pick it up. It's a hoot of a game. So, yeah, GG's to Kumba, our winner. GG to PeterAfro, who held the line as long as he could. Ooh, you can tell I'm enjoying this. But yeah, we're not done. We're not done with the marathon yet. We still got quite a bit to go. I believe we got another race that's coming up. Sonic CD, I believe.
Yep, we got a Sonic CD 2011 race with Jasper the Fish and Okamikaze.
Well, that'll be it for me. So for Kumba and PeterAfro, this is LV Cree signing out. I hope you have a great rest of the marathon.
Amazing commentary, Creed, as always. Thank you so much. And congratulations, both Kumba and Peter. You guys were awesome. Okay, and that looks like that will be the end of my time as well. So, I mean, I was the I really enjoyed being here for this whole Mega Man and Rockman block. It looks like we may be having NES underscore coming up next. But keep it here, and we will be right back with that Sonic CD race.